Here are the top 3 questions that I get asked as a franchise recruiter, and here's what I think you should be asking. So the first and probably most asked question is, what is the investment? And that is absolutely fine. It's a good question, and it often allows franchise prospects to rule themselves in of a franchise opportunity or rule themselves out of a franchise opportunity. All I'd say is there's a few different things to consider here. There's the total investment amount, so how much is everything altogether in terms of total project value. There's total personal investment requirements, i.e. how much do you personally need to put in to essentially get started in the franchise, what's the minimum criteria, and then of course what is the remainder from the personal to the total and how is that made up. You know, if it's made up with finance, is it asset finance, is it bank funding, who are the funders, who does the franchisor typically use, all of them sorts of questions. Number 2, experience required for the franchise. Again, another great question. What experience do you need to join a franchise? And in some cases, if you're looking at, say, an accountancy franchise, you'll probably need some experience and qualifications as an accountant or qualified financial person to be able to consider the opportunity. However, with the majority of franchises in the UK, you don't need an awful lot, if any, experience in the chosen franchise that you're looking into. All I'd say here is when you start off a call with a franchise recruitment manager like myself or the main point of contact, tell them about yourself, your background, your experience, your skills, and ask them the question, where do you think I can bring value to this business? And get their opinion. You know, they're professionals, they're there to help. The third common question that I get asked is, what do you do? And in some cases, that's an absolutely fine question to ask. And the reality is, if you need clarification on exactly what the franchise does, that's absolutely fine. But also, consider the fact that there's a lot of information out there on the majority of franchises. Do your research, look into the business, get a good understanding of the business before a call with a franchise recruiter, because then you can ask more specific questions about the franchise and you'll probably be taken a little bit more seriously too. Finally, what I will say though is, although that's my advice and my suggestions in terms of asking questions, the key thing here is to just ask questions. It doesn't have to be a perfect question. You're going to be investing potentially a significant amount of time, dedication and investment, sometimes even life savings, into a franchise opportunity. You ask the questions that you want to ask and that you truly understand the franchise opportunity before moving forward.